Hey everybody, welcome back to Historical Lights Nightly Chat and Toast. Back on the cell phone again, and give me 2 seconds. I'm pulling my counterpart around with me. So which side's Robert on? Here we go. Let's do this. You guys have been enjoying the evenings of technical difficulties that we've been exploring with this, and tonight's no different. Couldn't get it to connect once again, so we're going on the cell phone with Zoom in the background. So, hey Robert, can you hear us?
I can hear you just fine.
Fantastic. How you doing tonight, brother?
Doing well.
So how is Texas doing? I heard today that possibly, I want to say it was Austin was opened up. How's Waco's area doing with all this?
Nothing new that I know of, but I haven't really been keeping up. I was just working all day.
Right on. Yeah, so here in Kansas, I know Missouri extended theirs to like the 15th. As far as I've heard here in Kansas, we're still up for, I think, the 3rd of May. So sounds like, unless something changes, sounds like some of this is coming to an end, or at least a transition back to some kind of normalcy here rather quick. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
It'll be sure interesting. I think everyone will be very tensely anticipating when fall and winter roll around to see if there's going to be a second wave or not.
Yeah, man, that's a big worry of mine. I mean, you look at all the pandemics and epidemics in the past, and it seems like, we get a couple of those waves, and I don't know. It sure sounds, by some of the stuff that I've heard, that we could definitely been looking at a scenario very close to that.
There's kind of an interesting link between a plague epidemic and Masonic, the development of modern masonry.
Yeah.
In the mid 1300s, maybe. I shouldn't have started talking about this without looking it up, but in the High Middle Ages, early modern era, we had a plague, the bubonic plague episode of it, because like you said, it comes in different waves and hits multiple times. There was a wave of it in England that killed a lot of people and wiped out a lot of the Masons and different resources there. And it put the Master Masons in a position of power to negotiate with nobles and the king and the wealthiest people in society, because there was such a limited number of Master Masons actually capable of building the structures that were desired. So you had some lodge, guild type corporations start up that the king actually legalized, and then empowered those Master Masons to decide regulations and things that still trickles into our own laws and obligations today.
Yeah, no, that's a fantastic point. It's definitely historic times that we're getting to share in within our days. It's crazy. One day we'll be looking back and telling people about the stuff that we went through in this time. So I don't know. We'll see how it all pans out. But we got a bunch of people joining in with us this evening. I know if you're just joining us, you're probably like, what the hell am I looking at? This is different. My wife just commented on here. She goes, I love this. You guys don't let tech issues stop you. You just keep going. Good job,
You're
guys.
cutting in and out on audio, Alex.
I'm cutting in and out. Yeah. Well, I'm behind you too, so I don't know. I think everyone else can hear me, hopefully, but we'll see. So for those of you just tuning in and seeing how it looks so weird this evening, we've been going live through Zoom to Facebook, and we've had our fair share of technical difficulties. Tonight's no exception. So we decided to get a little creative with it, and I'm live on my cell phone with Robert live on the laptop, and we're making it work. So bear with us, and we appreciate you guys still supporting us through the technical difficulties of this pandemic. So, well, we came on a few minutes late this evening. We've only got a couple minutes to our toast. So the history to share tonight is actually a piece from my lodge. We found this tucked away in a storage cabinet, and we have a banquet hall just to the side of the lodge room. It's a small rural Kansas lodge. We're on the top floor, store space on the lower floor. But the banquet hall back in the day, this model that we're in now was built in 1907. The previous one had burnt down, same location. But so to give you kind of an idea of the time era, well, the banquet hall was kind of owned by the ladies. And many of the lodge meetings after the lodge closed, they would retire to the banquet hall and the ladies will all be there. They'd have desserts and kind of make an evening out of it. So it kind of will tell you why the colors were chose. But if you look above the drop ceiling in our banquet hall to this day, you still find these colors. On the original tin, you'll find the white, blue, and the pink was the colors of the banquet hall. Well, we still have some of these old light fixtures that were originally gas, and I've got a wasp flying above me, so I'm going to do all kinds of darting and bobbing and weaving in here. But look at that. It's just beautiful, man. The old original metal there. We've got the glass painted in, and they were actually converted to electric at some point and then it removed entirely. But Worshipful Brother Nice and myself had seen some of these tucked away in the cabinet. In our lodge room above, and I'm sure many of you have the same setup if you have Eastern Star that meets in your lodge, we have a floodlight just above the altar. And in our lodge, it's just a floodlight fixture, nothing fancy. We're actually talking about rewiring this up and actually cleaning up and putting it above the altar. Just kind of bring back a little the essence of the original lodge days, or original to that particular building. But I just think that's such a cool piece. And if we could save that history and kind of bring it back and put it back into use, I think that would be fantastic to do. So that's the plan, is get it cleaned up and rewired and make it back part of current day history. So, well, let's see. I'm showing 9 o'clock on the stove. Let's see where we're at here. We're at 8:59. Brother Robert, if you can hear me, I'm going to see if you would give our toast this evening.
Oh, sure. I'll give the toast.
Fantastic. What are you toasting with, first of all?
I've got my custom-made mug. Brother Lance Kennedy out there has the matching bowl I gave him for coming and giving a guest talk at our lodge. And I've got Busy Brew Masonic coffee in there with a little bit of a special mix.
Oh, Busy Brew at 9 p.m. You're going to be up all night, man.
Yeah, I've got some Masonic history articles to write.
Well, then you need it. Good job. Well, I'm still cheering with some of that local wine in the Philadelphia Society canon this evening. So, Brother Marshall, if you will, give us our toast.
All right, if everyone would raise their glasses. And we will toast in the traditional manner of 9 o'clock toasts, getting back to the original purpose for this tradition. And that would be a toast to the absent brethren. The absent brethren.
To the absent brethren. Cheers. Fantastic. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining in with us. We've got quite a crowd on here with us this evening. A bunch of guys commenting. Make sure to drop a comment in there. We can't see everyone by name if you're just joined in, but the comments are fantastic. We try to reply to each and every one of those every night. So if you joined in for the first time, we do these. We've been doing them every night so far. Plan is to do it through the remainder of this quarantine. We'll come on 8:45 Central Standard Time, give a little bit of history, chat with the brothers, and we'll end it off with a traditional 9 p.m. toast. So we appreciate all of you with your continued support of our show and everything we do, and we'll see you here tomorrow. So until then, stay safe, be well, and take some time to look into some history. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.